So next one, you probably need to do some brushes. So when it comes to brushes, you got loads of them, and like I said in the previous video, I've made myself quite a few brushes. But essentially, to know what they really do is, if you open like any of them, as in like you're probably gonna have like a studio pen, or where is that studio pen? There. So this is what you're gonna have. Yeah, it's gonna be there. If you open the settings, if you click on this, ding, it actually changed. That used to open settings. What? Basically, you have to click there now. So stroke path is basically, don't even know how to explain. You can do spacing. Spacing just will tell you that actually every single brush is made from loads of circles. So brush is basically a continuous dots, that there's a lot of them. Like here there's like just billions of those little ones. Spacing, this is how you can get pearls. So for example, if you need to do some pearls, that's how you do it. Yeah, or make them bigger like that, and then you get more pearls. Press and hold, you'll make a nice little chain, and then you can like duplicate that, make it bigger, uniform, make it bigger, and then you can like play around. Yeah, but that's how you get these little dotties. Let's say if we delete that, you go in brush. If you want to leave this on those settings, you can also take this, shrink it down so nothing has changed. For example, say done, you can actually swipe this and you can duplicate that. When you duplicate that on this one, you can create these dots and just leave it there, and you're always gonna have a brush with dots just like that. Me personally, I've already made technical pen with those settings, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna take spacing down. This is kind of like making unevenly, so you can make like a purposely dirty look pen, just because some people like that stuff. This one even makes it more randomized, so you can draw some clouds, or I don't even know. And this one just makes it more messy. And again, if you do some graffiti and you're thinking this is cool, then that's that. For us, we don't really need this. Fall off is like how it disappears. So it's like how long you wanna. I don't even know why would somebody play with these settings, but you can make, I guess, disappear if you do some like graffiti. Again, don't know. Maybe you find a tattoo style that kind of fade off is beneficial, then why not? I'm gonna take it off because we don't need that. Stabilization, this is where you will spend a lot of time if you do anything like that. If you click on this drawing pad, we're gonna clear drawing pad, yeah? This is where you can like change. You can draw with different colors, I guess. And then, yeah. Speedy preview is like, you can draw in like some circles, apparently, which doesn't really do anything much, so it's kind of pointless. And but you can clear it and you can kind of see. So when it comes to streamline, what streamline does is it does this, like your front of the pen, it cleans that. So whatever happens in this area as I move, that's where it controls to not make too much mess. When it comes to the next one, pressure is like how hard you have to press for the brush to happen. I would just leave as it is, as it originally come. So which means if you apply pressure, there will be, and if you decrease in pressure, it will shrink in size. Like just don't do anything like that. And when it comes to stabilization, this is where, let me clean this off. If you make a line work, yeah, streamline is what controls this part, like the bottom part. Yeah, sorry, stabilization controls the behind area. Streamline does this. So because we have this too much, it makes almost lines too perfect. So sometimes when I do need to make some cleanish lines, I do turn this stabilization to the max, and then you can do almost like etching lines like this. And it's almost impossible to make curvy lines. So if you need to shade in line work like this, you can. So how that would work is, if I import the image that I just exported in the previous video, and then let's say if I do want to do some shading, I go on shade, automatic. If I select areas I want to be shading, so select them, then I go in a brush. We just had the straight line settings, so I can like basically shade like this. Or we can go do actually more useful thing is, let's say if you want to shade this in line work, yeah, just one side, we go in a brush, I make it smaller, I can make the saturation less, and this is what actually would look better. Yeah, you can physically edge all this, and when you have stabilization on, it will make it impossible for you to almost make a curved line. So it will look like you were shading with straight lines, and because you select the areas over you work, it won't allow you to go over the lines. So it will always look like you actually were inside the lines on every single hit, because you were inside the lines and you physically were not able to go out. So I know I made like a messy demonstration, but as long as you remember, that's all good. So remember, you have 255 undos, yeah? Each one of those strokes is classed as undo. So if you make too many strokes, well, you might be running out of undos. 250 is the limit. So that's that. Then you go back there, and then you got motion filtering. I've not really played with this too much because we just don't have any reason. Maybe if we do some architecture or somewhere, maybe there you need those. And same with like these expressions, I physically have not really done anything with them. I don't know, find it quite useless. Don't know physically what can you do with something that doesn't actually listen to you. But I guess some people like it, and let's turn it all off just before anything happens. I can maybe turn it on just so it's done. When it comes to the other settings like tapers, this is basically your pinpointy stuff, like that little point there or this. Yeah, this is what that controls. So you can make them longer. So when you like flick out, it makes a longer. That's what I've done with my brushes. I've created a long tapers, so it's a nice long finish out. Again, you can change opacities, you can change all sorts of stuff. I've not really done much to it. What else I've changed? I have a brush where the middle is empty. I don't really remember how to make that one. I just followed the video the guy made on YouTube and somewhere. So you can do exactly the same. Just follow some YouTube ones or something like that, and then you can create your own brushes. When it comes to airbrush, I've not done anything different here. On the sketching one, I have made peppermint more scattery, I think. Or I increased the pressure. I can't remember, but I was playing here somewhere. Basically what I wanted was more cloudy feeling. That's all I wanted to do. Is cloudy and bigger. So for example, so let's say if we select this, I like when my sketching brush is sketching sideways and it's big and it looks like a sketch. Like it looks like it's been done on paper. Because I feel like when it's too smooth, it's not cool. Yeah, so I like when it's a bit grainy, like it gives that little dirty look. And again, you can play with your settings on the brush. You can always duplicate your brushes so you don't fuck them up. Yeah, and then because we are playing here on a line work, that's why we save line work. Like in the previous video I said, actually what we can do is, while I'm here, what we can do is we can select the outer sides. I will select all the outer sides. So you can select that, and you can select here, and we can select this, and we can select that, and. So you can shade basically pretty fast and neat because we are working inside the lines. Yeah, we're physically inside the lines. We're not gonna go over. Make sure you hit that line inside. I've not made double lines there. I always find some mistakes while I'm shading. So this kind of speeds up the shading because you can select the areas you want to work in, and then I'm gonna take my brush, tilt it sideways, that it becomes big, it becomes fat in a sense, covers a lot of area, and gets the job done smooth and clean. So that's that. Have we missed anyone? I hate to see it in the end when I shaded my fuck, missed this and missed that. That's that, that's done, that's that, that's twisted around, that's cool, that's cool. I think that's about it. So then I go in a brush, tilt sideways like that, and I literally just like you would do with the charcoal, just gotta like wiggle the whole thing. At least I like to do. I like to get the whole thing like one tone darker, then I know I'm like all of it's done. And then bit there, and then bit there. You can also shrink in opacity, so shades gradually, so you can like build up a little bit more. Yeah? You don't want like this to be full on black. You can have like here black, which then allows you to build the shading up a little bit. Yeah, this is how people like shade fast. And then obviously you can go a few times over the same area, it makes it darker. That just adds some more depth. Same here. You can increase the opacity back to the normal one, And again, we can come and shade the tops, for example, and then ease off with the pressure. Again, press a little bit harder, and then it makes more black. And then we can make more black. And then the moment you make it more straighter like this, like straight, the brush becomes smaller and more saturated. But I like when how it looks when it's more tilted. It gives that grainy gray look. So that's that. And then for example, we can go again, selection tool, and I can select. Sometimes it takes forever, so it's easier sometimes to do on a free hand, just select the whole area on the outside. But as a demonstration, I don't know, boom 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 boom, and then I always make leaves darker, so full saturation and just more shakes over the same area. And again, if we go from A to B, all that gets dark, and then one more time, and then one more time, and one last time. And look at that, that looks nice, cool, and looks professional, and it's neat, and we did literally in seconds, as you just watched me doing. So that's the only thing I can say about brushes. All the other stuff I'm not really used. There's nothing I can tell you to use. I have used luminance. I do like this flare. I like that. You can't see here. We need like a black background or something. Let's say background color red. No? Well, maybe not. But yeah, you can turn that flare into different colors, for example. You can make it bigger. So I have used this. The only thing is it only goes vertical. So for you to change direction, you have to turn the whole image, and that way. Like you can do this, and then you can do that, and then you can do that, and then you can do that. Weird enough. And then if you go here, and then which one was it? I think light brush. This one is like, no, not that one. One of them have white middles. No, they have updated. That's strange. Yeah, this has always been that way. They do update, so it's weird. Like that used to be a brush, and it has like a white middle. It was like so, yeah, strange. Basically, that's what happened. It was white middle in the middle, and it was like a red on the side glowing, and then white middle. That's weird. Why would they do that? And these are the stuff you have to just play around. Maybe you like these bubbles. Maybe you want to use in the backgrounds, and I don't even know why would you use them. Well, I guess somebody has requested for them to make, and then so they did made. What even is this? This is new. Not seen that before. Don't think I've seen this either. But guess if you like bubbles, that's cool. And this one just takes over too much space. But yeah, I've not really done anything else different when it comes to brushes. Mostly you're just gonna use inking ones. You're gonna be drawing stuff. You're gonna be outlining stuff. I did try to make calligraphy one day. A brush that's like on a different angle, but I think I failed, and then I deleted and destroyed it. Ask your friends, family to maybe send you some brushes, or maybe there's a way that you can send, I don't know, there has to be a way for us to share brushes. But yeah, that's kind of what happens in the brushes. And then if you can import some brushes, they're gonna be here. So these are, I made these, then I exported them for you guys to have, and then I imported myself to see if it actually works. So I kind of made this, and then Joe sent me that, which is way better, which is pretty cool, huh? So you don't have to like draw parallel lines. And then if you press hold, it would do exactly the same. It would make that. Press hold, then obviously it has stabilization on, but if you turn it off, it'll be more wiggly. Yeah, so that's that. That's with the brushes. There's not really else for me to say. Obviously deleting has exactly the same brush set, and then smudging has exactly the same brush sets as well. How you use them, there's like billion gazillion ways how you would use these brushes, depending on like what you use. I gave you a few demonstrations with shading, and yeah, I don't think there's anything else for me to say. Sketching, tilting, you have to just play around and kind of do your own thing. But you can name them. You can just put like, I don't know, let's say if you go on there, then about this brush, well, I made myself, but there's a place you can name them as well if you pick. And you can add them, even when it's inside here, you can like press and hold, and you can like change locations where they are. I like to keep my brushes up high, so like I use that all the time. And then if I want to use this a little bit more, I can just put that there. And then same with this, you can press and hold, move up and down. And let's say I like sketching more than inking, I can put that there. And then when it comes to here, peppermint is my first pick, second would be that, and then third would be that. And then we have these brushes that you can jump through. And obviously you can create new one. You can, I've never tried these, there's nothing for me to say that, but that's kind of what you do with the brushes.